Hey y'all, welcome to Rubber Duck Thursday. I am here live from the GitHub headquarters, here to tell you about everything that we shipped this week at Universe. I'm Kadesha, just in case you don't know, and on Rubber Duck Thursdays, we just chill, we vibe, we code, answer questions, we just chat, and it's a great way for you to get to know what's happening at GitHub Universe. So let's get right into it. But first, I saw that there are quite a few comments here. So yeah, hi Magana, hi everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Did anyone watch the live stream of GitHub Universe yesterday? I would love to know in the comments because we shipped quite a few goodies yesterday. Um, and so super excited to share all that with you. So let's get into it. So I'm just going to share my screen and jump into it. Oh, awesome. I'm happy that you watched. Yes, watched it. So let me know how you feel about all the things that we shipped yesterday, and so we can talk about it. So I know that I am most excited about custom agents or sub agents coming to Copilot coding agents. Let me pop my screen over here so I can share all the goodies with you. All right, so let's go to the change log. But yeah, how are you doing? It's a really nice day here in San Francisco. Definitely a nice change from the super cold weather in Chicago. Like I know it's cold in SF, but for me this feels really good. This feels really good. So I'm just chilling. So let me share my screen here and let's jump into all the goodies. Let's share this window. Also share sound, yeah, because I'm gonna share some sound with you. Boop, there we go. Boop, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so it was cool. I even tried out the new dashboard for work, and it was pretty dope to create multiple chat PRs and then work to bring them all back in about an hour. I'm sure my scenario a little basic, but yeah, no, that's not basic at all. That's awesome. I'm happy that you jumped into some of the new stuff that we shipped and tried it out, and that you're having a good time with it. That's really, really good to know. Any feedback you have, make sure to just send it to the team. We have discussion boards that you can check out to send us feedback because we're always responding. Always responding. But let's get into the change log because we shipped so many things yesterday. And one second, let me make sure that I'm sharing the other part of my screen. Just really quickly. Yeah, this is the one. Custom agents is what I want to bring over. Let's make this a large screen. Let's go back. And boop. Okay. So on the change log, you'll notice that there's been quite a few ships this week, and most of them were 2 days ago because that was GitHub Universe Day 1. And the one that I am most excited about, so there are quite a few things that I'm most excited about. So let me try to focus here. And let's turn on our calming music in the background. There we go. Okay, so quite a few things I'm excited about. So the first thing is we have a new agents tab on github.com that serves as kind of your mission control where you can start, share, assign, and track Copilot coding agent tasks. So if you've ever worked with Copilot coding agent in the past, you always had to kind of go back and figure out where your PRs, where your tasks were. But now everything is in one unified view so that you can switch between PRs that the coding agent is working on. So we did ship that for you. Here's a demo of what it looks like, but I will also show you what that looks like here today. So this is our centralized area for you to manage your coding agent tasks, write new coding agent tasks. You can also create custom agents that we also shipped this week from this view. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So let me go to a repository here, and let's actually just open up a new tab. There we go. Okay, so in addition to to the agents tab that serves as your mission control, we have this new homepage that was also shipped this week where you can ask anything here of Copilot. Oh, you can't see my screen. Oh, hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. I didn't realize you couldn't see my screen. Okay, so now that you can see my screen, you'll notice on your homepage looks brand new. So you'll see this new Ask Anything box here where you can ask GitHub Copilot anything. You can choose whatever model you prefer, and you can add context by adding repositories, spaces, files from your local machine. You can even, like select extensions or agents from here that you can act things off. So that's pretty cool. But the one I want to show you is this new agents tab. So if I go to Copilot here, and if I go to agents, now you can see this unified dashboard that has all of Copilot coding agent tasks that we can just click through. So for example, I have a few tasks here that I assign to the coding agent, and I can see the progress of all the recent sessions from this unified view. And the best part is I can click in here. You can collapse the side screen by clicking that collapse button, and you can see the full PR from this view. And it's not just a read only, you can also write to the PR. So if you add a comment here, you're actually sending that feedback to Copilot Coding Agent from this view to the PR. Isn't that cool? And you can view the full thing here. You can view the files changed from this view. Zoom out a little, right? And you can like go between your files to see what was done, check out everything that's going on. You can also add comments from here. So like I can select a few code blocks. You can see that it's added to the text box here. And I can say, please ensure that you add some tests for this method, right? And when I send this off to the coding agent, it's going to, grab onto that and start working on the task. I think that's pretty cool. So while it's also working on that, I can send additional feedback while it's working, and it's going to queue that task until it finishes its tool call, right? And so while it's working on that, I can go to another one and check it out. So let's go to, okay, I think that's the one we're currently in. Okay, let's go to this one. And you'll see like Copilot Coding Agent is still working here. You can collapse that. And same thing, I can see my PR right here. Copilot Coding Agent gave us a great overview of everything that was done. I can go between the files to see what was changed, what may need to be updated, anything that I want it to work on. And I can send a new task here for it to work on. So that's your mission. That's your new dashboard overview to see coding agent task. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's pretty awesome. The team did a really good job to make sure that it was accessible and like very easy to navigate so that you can, stay focused while you're working and don't have to switch between tasks and try to figure out where things are anymore. The next thing I wanted to show you that I am super excited about are custom agents. So let's go back to the changelog and take a look at that release. Custom agents. So custom agents are here for GitHub Copilot. And if you love using Claude Code and you've loved using subagents in Claude Code, you can now use those same subagents in GitHub Copilot. So I think that's super exciting. And the custom agents that you create in your repository are also available in the Copilot CLI. So you can use it that way too. So with custom agents, you can create them in at the repository level and also at the org level. Okay, so let's take a look at custom agents. As you can see, I'm very excited because I just came off the high of being at GitHub Universe. So let me search for a repository that has some custom agents. So Advocate Hub, this is the project that we've been working on together over the past few weeks. And I added some custom agents to Advocate Hub. So now, let me see if I have the link here that you can go to. Yeah, right here. If you go to this link here, you'll go to the repository that has example custom agents and how you can configure them. But if I select this repository, and like from this view, I can select multiple repositories. I can select the branch I want to work off of. And now you'll see here a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 custom agents that I created in this repository. If you wanted to add a new agent to your repo, you can click the Copilot icon here and do create an agent. And it will direct you straight to your Markdown file that you can go ahead and do things to. So let's say I wanted to create a whimsy agent. A whimsy agent that essentially, what does this agent do? So you create great user experiences for our users and ensure that they have a good time. This is not the best description, but I'm just showing you an example while using our product, right? So to create your subagents, you need to add a name and the description. Those are mandatory props, but you can also add tools and you can also add MCP servers. Right? So these are optional props that you can use, but this makes your custom agents even more powerful because whatever MCP servers you have in your repository, your agent will now have access to them and can use it to build for you. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Actually, I have one that's already pre-configured here. So I have my front-end developer agent here. And let's just go to the code view. Great. So this is what it looks like when you have all of that configured. So front-end developer is the name. I have a description here, creates front-end code, components, and tasks based on your user stories and requirements. Then I have tools, which is going to be a list here, read, edit, shell, search, to do. And then I have MCP servers. So I have the Chrome DevTool MCP server here that this agent has access to. And then I have the command, the type, the args, the tools, and you can get this data from our MCP registry. So if I go to the MCP registry, oops. Okay. Let me know if I'm going too fast. I'm a little excited here. So let me know if you're following. So if I go to the GitHub MCP registry here, yeah, if you go to the link that's currently on the screen, gh.io/advocate-hub, you will go to the repository that have these agents already pre-configured. I made sure that I had some examples for you today to show you what your custom agents can look like. So just go to this repository and you'll find it. The link is on the screen, gh.io/advocate-hub. But if you go to the MCP server here, and if I search for Chrome, you see they're here, the Chrome DevTools. And the way that you configure your agents is you go to their documentation and you'll find all the info you need to put into that front matter here. So like, for example, here, you see I have Chrome DevTools. This is the name of the MCP server. The type is going to be local because according to their docs, if I go to, it was like somewhere, hold on. Where did I find that? Hold on. It's somewhere in their docs where they have that the type is local. So you just want to just like map it over to your front matter here. The command is going to be npx that you can see here. And then the args you find like here as well. So when it comes to building out your custom agents and adding MCP tools or MCP servers, you want to make sure that you're reading the documentation of that MCP server to properly configure your front matter. And then the tools that are available, they have a list of tools here in the documentation. So I just I just plugged in some of the tools that they have available here. And now because the agent has access to these tools and they can go forth and do, right? So like once you configure your front matter, then you want to, give it your instructions. So here I have you're an elite front-end development specialist with deep expertise in modern JavaScript framework, etc., etc. And this agent is actually an open source agent that's available on this repository here, Awesome Copilot. So if you go to this repo, you will see examples of instructions, prompts, custom agents that you can go forth and configure in your own projects and start using with GitHub Copilot and Copilot coding agents, right? So you can find some agents in this repo. It's GitHub/Awesome Copilot. And go forth and build. I don't know. Am I the only one excited about subagents in Copilot? Are you excited? Let me know. Let me know. Let's take a look at one of these agents. So this is the Launch Darkly agent. And so let's take a look at what this looks like. So the name, Launch Darkly Flag Cleanup, a specialized GitHub Copilot agent that uses Launch Darkly MCP server to safely automate feature flag cleanup workflows. This agent determines removal readiness, identifies the correct forward value, and creates PRs that preserve production behavior while removing obsolete flags and updating stale defaults. Awesome. And so the tools that this agent have access to, they have access to all tools. And the MCP server is Launch Darkly, tools, all, command, args, and then you can add your access token here, like as an environment variable in the repository. And then you see the instructions here. And this is a great example of how to configure your custom agents and what the best practices looks like when doing that. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to start really building with this, and over the next few weeks on Rubber Duck Thursday, we'll definitely be showing you how to configure, build out, and use the custom agents. I kind of just wanted to show you what that looks like today. And we also have some really good documentation that you can follow to learn more about custom agents and how you can create configure your own. But yeah. I'm just looking at the comments here. All right, so that's custom agents. So have fun, go forth and build. And if you go to the example repo, you'll see some agents here that we have. And we'll definitely keep building upon this project. And I actually do need to ship it. I know I keep not shipping it. I don't know why I keep not shipping it, but we'll definitely be doing that over the next few weeks. So yeah, let's go back to our change log and see what else we shipped. See what else we shipped this week. So earlier someone mentioned a dashboard. So we did ship, let me see if I can find it here. We do have a new Copilot usage metrics dashboard. And this is something that a lot of people have been asking for, just a unified way to see how your team is using Copilot, like what models you're using, the agent adoption, IDE, the active users, and how you can really dig into insights here in your org using this dashboard. So that's something that we shipped in public preview this week. Let's see what else we have here. It was a lot of ships, y'all. It was a lot of ship, folks. It was so many things that we shipped this week. The new home dashboard that I showed you there on GitHub.com. You can see your agent sessions here to go ahead and view your pull requests. And that's just on your feed. So if I go to my feed here, you'll see this right here, the new home page. And you can even assign a task here to Copilot from this view. I think that's pretty cool. Alrighty. Do you have experience with Flutter? I do not. I do not have experience with Flutter, but maybe one of these Robotic Thursdays we can build something out with Flutter, because with GitHub Copilot, I can learn any language really quickly, and that's the beauty of having AI on by our side. We're not really, you shouldn't really use AI to like outsource your thinking or your knowledge. You should really use it to enhance and like supercharge how you learn and how you build. So we could definitely do something with Flutter. Okay, I love Flutter. Okay, I see there are some Flutter lovers here, but yeah, that's definitely something we can explore. But let's see what else we have here. Home dashboard. Grouping changes and pull requests with Copilot in public preview. So this just makes it easier to see your changes here. And if you missed the keynote, either like day 1 or day 2 keynote, one of the things I love that the team highlight this year was the importance of developers, the importance of you, the importance of us in this industry, because now more than ever, I'm realizing that we need developers now more than ever, especially with AI agents becoming embedded in software systems and tools that we use, not only as developers, but as humans in the world. We need engineers and we need developers who know how to use these tools, who knows how to orchestrate these tools and make sense of them for our end users. So I don't want you to feel discouraged by, oh my gosh, AI is here to take over. No, actually, you are still very much needed, because if something breaks, who are they going to turn to fix it? Who are they going to call? Who are they going to call? It's you. It's you. It's me. It's us. And we are the humans behind the software, and we're still very much needed. And my VP, Martin Woodward, did a really, really good talk, a really good keynote on day 2, where he really highlighted the importance of leaning into our curiosity to keep building and to keep shipping, because some of the best tools and software that we use now were born out of curiosity. They were born out of, oh, I wish this existed, and so someone went ahead and they built something out, and now we use these tools every day. So I really want you to lean into that as well. And if you missed this keynote by Martin, be sure to go ahead and check it out, because it's very inspiring. And there were also some students that showed how they're using GitHub Copilot to make the world a better place, to solve real human problems. So I really enjoyed this. But one of the best parts about this keynote was how Martin hacked Furby. I don't know if you remember Furby, but this guy here, if you remember this, how many of you owned one of these toys when you were younger? So he actually showed how he was able to take the old, I don't remember what it's called, but he was able to take an old code base and modernize it with GitHub Copilot to create a tool called PyFluff. Where is it? This one. And so PyFluff allows you to resurrect your Furby Connect and do really cool things with it. So let me show you, for example, what he did. Let me show you here. Let me see if I can find it. All right, let's play it here. Right. So the Bluefluff project hasn't been maintained in like 7 or 8 years. Like it's not, it has a lot of old technologies. And so Martin was able to use GitHub Copilot to really modernize the repository and get Furby to do some things. And it was really cool to see. It was actually so cool to see. If you want to check it out, I'll pop the link here in the chat. But it was a really, really, really cool demo. Let me find the spot where he actually did something with Furby right here. Oh, wait, you guys can't hear my sound. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's fix it. I think I have to share a tab to share the sound. Let's do that. And then I'll reshare. Okay, let me know if you can hear it now. Let me turn this sound off.
Actions.
How's that?
And these were really well documented in the Blueforth documentation. So I pointed Copilot at the docs and just said, give me a JSON array. And now I can make it do stuff like I can make it say, hello.
Can you hear it?
Hello?
Wait, can you hear it? I don't know if you can. Maybe you can't hear it, but I'll share this link with you so you can go ahead and watch it. And I'll start it right here where he starts demoing what he's doing with Furby. But no, it was really. Oh, you can hear it. Okay, great. Let me keep playing it then.
I can make it green for when my builds succeed. I can change the counters so I can make Furby even more excited and well. Furby's actually got some pre-built actions, and these were really well documented in the Blueforth documentation. So I pointed Copilot at the docs and just said, give me a JSON array. And now I can make it do stuff like I can make it say, hello.
Hello?
He behaves a lot better when he's under my control. I make him giggle on prompt. And actually, the documentation's amazing. I can search from, hundreds of actions. I can make him sing.
Ew.
Or I can connect him up and tell you some incredibly important news. You ready?
Wait for it. Wait.
Furby, you're embarrassing me. Okay. Now, I can play this all day, as you can probably tell. I know how.
How incredible is that, right? So this is an actual Furby. I saw someone said that this looks like a real Furby. It is a real Furby. So Martin told a story. Martin told a story about his son, who's 17, going off to college, and how he found the Furby, and so he traveled with it from the UK. So this is a real Furby that you can find on like eBay or something, and use the PyFluff repository here that's now open source to program it to resurrect your Furby and make it do things. So I thought that was such a really, really great way to use GitHub Copilot for something that's so impactful and just so fun. This is creepy and cute. I agree. and then something else was the very, very last part of the keynote. We had an engineering manager. Her name is Helen. She's an open source maintainer, and she's also an engineering manager at GitHub, but she plays the piano like she's a classically trained pianist, and she was able to play with her Furby choir. So if you missed it, I also wanted to make sure that you saw that. So let's take a look at that together. I'll make this full screen.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great universe and a happy Halloween.
Okay. You get the point. You get the point. But how incredible is that, right? So the essentially the theme of day 2 was that you are important as a developer. You're very much needed, but also lean into your curiosity to build your ideas. Martin started by saying, like dream it in the morning, build it in the afternoon. That's kind of what drove GitHub at the beginning, and it's still what drives GitHub today. And you can adopt that in your own life. You can dream it, have an idea in the morning, you can build it in the afternoon, and these days you can build it faster with AI and GitHub Copilot by your side. So it's not the tools that create software, it's you. That's also something that was mentioned. And so what's the point of me saying all this? It's because I want you to build your ideas. I want you to lean into your curiosity and don't lose hope and feel like that you're not needed anymore, because we very much are needed. Okay, we very much are needed. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. AI and robotics are taking over. Yeah, exactly. It was so cool. It was so incredible to watch, so incredible to see. So if you missed it, be sure to go to the GitHub YouTube page and check out this full keynote. This full keynote. Day 1 keynote was more of business, shipping, enterprise. Here's what's new. But I think like day 2 keynote really leaned into the community aspect of GitHub that still drives us today. So really, really, really cool stuff. So I hope you're also excited about custom agents as much as I am. I am so excited. I've been waiting for us to ship this for ever since it was shipped in another tool. But another story actually that came out of this was how our designer, like our brand designer, was able to build an application. Wait, let me find it here so that you can see, because I thought it was incredible. Here, right here. So I'm going to play this for you as well. Hold on.
The CLI team wanted to have a welcome banner for the experience. I've never made ASCII art before. I've never tried to animate anything. I've never done anything for a CLI before. But I was like, I bet I could figure this out with Copilot's help. I went to Copilot and said, build me a web app that lets me input text files and then play them back as animation. And within a half an hour, I had an MVP of that basic idea. Then I sat down with Copilot and started planning out an actual web app. I built this tool that I'm calling ASCII Motion that is exactly the tool that I wanted to exist, and now it exists. You can draw directly onto a canvas with just letters and numbers. We can apply gradients. You can use ASCII typings. Down here, I've got an animation timeline. These are individual frames that I can set the duration of and control playback. Taste and art takes a lifetime to develop. Technical skills are a whole other lifetime to develop. Copilot gives you access to those technical skills in a way that superpowers the creative skills. I'm Cameron Foxley. I'm a brand designer at GitHub, and now I'm an open source maintainer.
Look at that. Look at that. Like AI has enabled experts in their field to really bring their own ideas to life. So Cameron Foxley, our brand designer, was able to build an open source project called, and I made sure to look it up, ASCII Motion. If you want to check it out, go here, ASCII Motion. And he was able to bring this to life with GitHub Copilot. And for a really valid reason, because he needed to implement the ASCII art in the Copilot CLI. And let me just show you what that looks like here. Let me pull up my terminal. So if you've never used the Copilot CLI, you should. It's pretty awesome. And now with sub-agents, you can use your agents in Copilot CLI. So if I do like Copilot -- banner, boom. And so like he was able to build, oh, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Hold on, let me do that again. I'm gonna remove, I'm gonna do a new share. Entire screen. I'll share the entire screen now. I don't need to share audio anymore. Okay. So let me show you what Cameron was able to build. So if I do Copilot -- banner, how cool is that how cool is that graphic, right? So he was able to use GitHub Copilot to build something that he needed to do for work, right? And so because of GitHub Copilot, he was able to create this ASCII art that's really cool that a lot of our users love for the product. So like it's truly an amazing time to be a developer, folks. I hope that's how you're feeling. And I hope you still know that at GitHub, we're here. We're the home of all developers. And now we're the home of AI agents. So because something else that we launched was Agent HQ, and I'll talk about that in a few moments. But let's take a look at what Cameron built. Let's see if we can use it. I'm not very, artistique. So, but look at that. I can draw right here. How cool is that? And then I can erase it. Like, what a super useful like project, you know? And he was able to build this really quickly with GitHub Copilot as a non-engineer, right? He's a brand designer as a non-engineer. I love it. I love it. This is essentially me talking about my favorite parts of Universe. But yeah, check out this repository, play around with it, create your own ASCII motion art, and let Cameron know how much, what you think about the project. I think it's incredible. So a few moments ago, I'll close YouTube now. If you missed day two keynote, please go ahead and watch it. It's incredible. It's really good. Okay, so let's go back to the GitHub log and let's talk about Agent HQ. So this was recently announced this week, and Agent HQ is essentially you being able to bring all your agents onto the GitHub platform. So you can bring in your Claude Code agent, agents from Claude, from Codex, from Gemini, you can bring in all your agents to the platform and have like a unified space to be able to start using them to manage their sessions and to play around with them. So that's also something that we launched this week, which is really great. So we're making agents native to the GitHub dev flow. Yeah, pretty super cool, super useful stuff. I think we also launched plan mode in VS Code. So plan mode allows you to plan out your task and your request with GitHub Copilot. So if I click on the agents, let me just zoom in here, just so you can see this box. Let me zoom out a little second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if you click on here, you'll see a new plan mode, and this is currently available in VS Code Insiders. Plan, and now when you submit a request, what product am I in? Agentic Hackathon demo. Okay, so like I would like to add a shopping cart. You choose your model as usual, and you send the request. What's different about this? Skips MCP servers. Yeah, let's not do that right now. What's different about this is now GitHub Copilot is going to help you think through what you want to implement. So it's going to ask you questions based on the task that you tell that you want to do. So right now it's going through the repository, reading all the files, to get all the context that it needs. Wow, this is pretty fast. This is live right now. It's not a video. Oh, okay. The shopping cart functionality is already implemented. Oh, because I'm on the shopping cart branch. Great going. Great going. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, it's okay. Let it just keep going. Let's try something else. So, okay, let's say we want to add the backend integration. I want to add. So I want to show you what the plan mode looks like here. Oh, and Agent HQ is going to be available later this year. So be on the lookout for more announcements about Agent HQ, where you can take all your agents and have them on GitHub. So I can't show you that right now. It's not here right now, but be on the lookout later this year. But okay. So you can see it's like planning out endpoints, Swagger docs, all that stuff for us. But when I used it before, it asked me some clarifying questions, and then I can tell it to like go ahead and implement. But let's see what's happening right now. Data schema relationship, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, error handling. This is a very detailed plan, as you can see, right? And so now you can take all this planning that Copilot just did for us, add it to a product requirement doc, and then build your project in phases, right? So like I can pop this into a doc and I can say, okay, GitHub Copilot, implement phase 1, right? Because it gave us phase 1. It implement phase 1 to build out the backend system, to create a cart models, API endpoints, data integration testing. This is powerful, right? This is powerful. I don't know about you, but sometimes I struggle with planning. And planning is one of the most essential parts of building out a project. And now you have GitHub Copilot here to help you plan out your work. I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, let's see what the questions are. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome. I did that 3 times since work started. Awesome. That's good to know. Hi, please. I would like to know technically how to make several AI integrated work together, like in a. Okay, so you're probably talking about, because I mentioned Agent HQ. So Agent HQ, be on the lookout later this year for more announcements in regards to Agent HQ. But just know that you'll be able to bring in all your agents to GitHub, and you'll be the home for 180 million developers and growing, plus agents, right? The home for developers and AI agents. Plan is absolutely fantastic. Gemini can draw architectural diagrams. Can it or other models draw architectural diagrams here? I'm pretty sure you can draw architectural diagrams. Like if I ask it, okay, let's see. Can you draw a diagram that represents the backend flow? Let's just do something simple like that. I'm going to use Claude Code to do this. And I'm just going to say like use Mermaid.js. Let's see if it knows what Mermaid.js is. It should. It's a pretty popular open source project that you can use to draw architectural diagrams. Yeah, look at that. So using Claude Sonnet 4, it's building out an architectural diagram for us here. And if I could probably pop this into a file to see the output. But yes, you can use plan mode and multiple models in GitHub Copilot to build architectural diagrams. Alrighty, that's enough slices. But yes, you can certainly do that. Let's see what happens if I add it to files. I can click this button here. Oh, they changed up the button. Insert into a new file. Let's see if I can see the output. I don't really want to save it into the project. I think I'm too zoomed in here. I can't see. Oh, wait, I'm in Insiders. I'm not used to using Insiders. Let me, hold on. Let me just copy this, and I'm just going to open VS Code proper, just so I know what I'm doing and how I'm navigating, here. 1 second. I'm just going to create a dummy file, diagram.md, paste that in. And now We should be able to. Oh. That should have worked. Okay, hold on. Okay, can you let me? Because it should just show us the output. Let's see, I want to make sure that it does work. So I wanted to test it out with you. Let's go here, let's go here. Yeah, no, didn't work there either. Okay, I'm just gonna hit keep blindly here and I just want to see if it will. Is this the diagram? Oops. Hold on. Yeah, something's going on. Something's going on, but it can't do the diagrams. We just have to do some some debugging and better prompting is probably what I needed to do. But you can definitely do that with one of the models there. Okay. You could create a script that allows the models to send a specific task and report back on them. So just when writing docs, you could tell Claude to default to Copilot. Yeah, definitely. Agent HQ is going to be a game changer for sure. I completely agree, Morgana. I cannot wait. It's a new world, folks. So I really hope that we're all studying we're all studying and learning about, orchestrating agents and building, with agents and alongside agents, because it's the new way of building software. Should we include the ability to actually draw mermaid in chat? Right. I would have to play with it to see how to properly do that. So does Agent HQ commits the request to the branch, or it just allows you to add your project plans to a Git repo? That's a great question. At this point, I don't know. I don't know the inner workings of Agent HQ, but over the coming months, coding agents from Anthropic, OpenAI, and more will become available directly within GitHub as part of your paid subscription. So we have to be on the lookout to see what Agent HQ is going to look like. There is a video here. Let's see. Let's take a look. No sound, just watch. But yeah, it seems like it's a way to make agents native to the platform. You can use it in the CLI, mobile, and on the web, in your editor, wherever you prefer to work. So we have to wait over the coming months to see what this truly looks like. Then I'll be able to answer your question properly. Alrighty. crazy. I just added mermaids to my app and it drove me crazy to get it to render. Right. I think definitely some debugging is needed with mermaid JS. Tough, but so cool and important. Yes. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Hashim, for the shortcut. Control Shift V to view. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. But yeah, folks, I think yeah, so GitHub Universe this week was incredible. Be on the lookout for new things afoot. If you want to check out how to build your own custom agents, be sure to go to that link that's been, static on the screen here to take a look at what it looks like to build your own custom agents with GitHub Copilot. This has been just a chit chat session. And actually, I wanted to show you our hacker badges. So you know that every year we have hacker badges at GitHub Universe, what that allows our users, or that allows people to, just add their own little flair to the badges. So this is what it looks like this year. Hopefully you can see it here. And so here is what the interface looks like. And then we have like a disk button in the back. If I click it twice, I can now go ahead and connect this. It's not really like, there we go. I can go ahead and connect this to my computer and add some, Python data and games and my information on here. And it's in color. It's not black and white this year, which is really exciting. So I'm super excited to play with that. Maybe I'll test it out and like I'll post something about it on the internet for y'all to see. But this has been Rub It Up Thursday, folks. I hope you enjoyed all the ships that we had this week here at GitHub. And please go check out Day 2 keynote from Martin Woodward. It was really excellent. And of course, watch Day 1's keynote if you missed it as well to see all the things that we shipped and the story behind it. But now more than ever, you are needed. We are all needed here as developers, so don't be afraid of AI. And I really hope that you're studying. You're studying and you're becoming more AI literate because it's a whole new world, folks. It's humans and AI agents working together to build software to serve our users and to enhance the world, to try to make the world a little bit better. Let me know if you have questions. As usual, I'm on LinkedIn. Find me there, Kitty Shakur. And, I'll see y'all later. I hope this was fun. For you. And go check out this blog post right here. I just have it on the screen. But this has been Rub It Up Thursday. Bye.